good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whichever time zone you're in New Zealand when you're watching this. My name's Phil and I run a radio station in Granity. This is a control computer. I started it about 12 years ago in Upper Hutt, ran it there for 6 months and then moved it to Wanganui for 2 years. Following that, I spent 4 years in Amakoroa, and following that I spent 4 years in Waihi. In Waihi I hooked up with a bunch of Band 1080 people. Got involved with the Band 1080 movement. The people in the Band 1080 movement are a really great bunch of people. They are passionate about the environment. It was through that movement that I met Alan Simmons and Sue Gray of the Outdoors Party. The people in the Band 1080 movement are like brothers and sisters to me, including Alan and Sue, who are very staunch when it comes to banning 1080 and passionate about the environment. So yes, I've known Sue and Alan for about 4 years now and been involved with the Outdoors Party for about 3 years. I was on the board of the Outdoors Party when they went through the name change. So I have quite a bit of knowledge about the Outdoors Party. Many of us were at the Wellington protests, including Sue and Alan, who were there the entire time. I managed to get there on the 21st of February and I spent 10 days there and made a documentary. Many of the members of the freedom community have been saying for a long time there needs to be unity with all the freedom parties. And that's what we have with the Umbrella Party. There are 4 registered parties and a few unregistered. And they have all come together with one thing in common. It doesn't matter if they agree or disagree on other things. The main thing the Umbrella Party and the parties within it have in common is freedom and democracy. We can all agree that democracy and the system is broken in New Zealand. So, Sue Gray joins up with the Umbrella Party and everyone loses their mind. No! Oh, we can't have that. That fella Brian's in there. He's a womble. He's a muppet. Put aside what you think of Brian Tamaki. They all have the one thing in common: freedom and democracy. Now, Sue, being a lawyer, is always challenging the government. She tries to get an official information request in every day, challenging the government. But it is very hard doing that from the outside. An Official Information Act takes about a month to return the questions asked. But a lot of the time, the bureaucrats, the corrupt bureaucrats, delay it for another 2 or 3 months. And by the time you get your answers back, they're on to something else. So how this Umbrella Party works is you give the Umbrella Party your party vote. There's 4 parties registered and several unregistered. Now, if the umbrella party gets 5%, that's 6 MPs in Parliament. And when you're in Parliament, you can push buttons and you can get answers a hell of a lot quicker than from the outside. So say we get 5% and those 4 parties get 6 MPs in. Now there seems to be a bit of division in the freedom movement. People saying, no, not voting for that. Brian's an idiot. So what if he gets in? How many idiots are in Parliament now? All of them. Doesn't matter if there's another one. It'll create some humour, some entertainment. Sue's main objective is to get her foot in the door of that flea hive. Once in there, she can get a hell of a lot more done than from the outside. She can push a whole of a lot more buttons and get things done for the freedom movement. So this umbrella party is the unity that the freedom movement have been calling for. But a lot of people are struggling to understand it. So that's why I thought I'd jump on and clear things up and make it as simple as possible for you to understand. So you vote for the umbrella party as your party vote. Get 5%, let's say they even get 10%. It's a hell of a lot more than just 6 MPs. People are unsure about Sue Gray being a lawyer, and I hear some people say, oh no, she's caught up with the UN. No, no. She is against the globalists. These globalists that are trying to take over. You know who I mean. Klaus Schwab and his mob. The MPs we got sitting in there now are taking their orders from the WEF, and we all know that. But if we've got freedom representative in Parliament, we can push buttons and we can slow them down, if not stop them. But if we do nothing, they're just going to steamroll us over. Over the last few weeks, we've had another 2 freedom parties pop up. Leighton Baker and Liz Gunn. Now, I appeal to you both, Leighton and Liz, please consider joining this freedom coalition, because you are going to have a hell of a lot better chance of getting in if you were with this freedom umbrella coalition. I see Liz's party seems to be gathering some quite good traction. So Liz, if you move over with Sue and the umbrella party, you have a hell of a lot better chance bringing all those voters with you and voting for the umbrella party. I'm guessing if this works, we're going to fly past the 5%. So we have Sue, Liz, Leighton, Brian. Put aside that he's an idiot. He is standing for freedom and democracy. And that's what we want, isn't it? Freedom and the return of democracy. So if we all play together as a team, Leighton, Liz, all those voters, all the entire freedom movement, all those people that were at Wellington, the tens of thousands that were at Wellington. Imagine if all the freedom movement voted for the Umbrella Party on the party vote. We're going to storm in. So I appeal to you, put aside that you think Brian's an idiot. In Parliament, he will be a useful idiot because he's standing for freedom and democracy, and we need to return the democracy to this country. We can't allow Klaus Schwab, who makes it clear and boasts about infiltrating governments. If our freedom movement MPs stand up to that, we may not be able to stop it, but we're going to be able to slow it down. So get serious about this Umbrella Party, because I think it will work. Put aside that Joe Bloggs and this party doesn't like Jane Doe and this party because of some of the things they stand for. The common thing that they are standing for is freedom and democracy. And democracy in this country needs to be fixed. So with freedom and democracy MPs sitting in Parliament, we can kick the ass of all those other idiots that are already in there. Thank you for watching. I hope that clears things up for you and makes it easier to understand. Have a good day. Pass this video around. Let everyone know how the Umbrella Party works. It's the unity that the freedom movement have been calling for. And oops, I just about forgot. Sue Gray will be standing in the West Coast Tasman electorate. So that's great news for the West Coasters. We're a bunch of laid-back rebels fighting the system. So Sue thinks that her best chances of getting in will be here. So you coasters, vote for Sue in the electorate vote and vote for the Umbrella Party as the party vote. Thank you.